Okay, here we go. Right, now, the one thing I do want to say before I start, going into any kind of details, is this, right? I just found Leadpages a lot easier to use. I will say I was going to go down the route that we get taught in the Internet Traffic Formula and the route that Vic recommends. However, the one thing that Vic is very, very clear about saying, bless his heart, is that the reason he recommends what he recommends is because those are the things he's using. Okay. The one thing he does recommend against is using any of the free programs. And I can see why, there's advertisements on them and reliability factor and all that kind of thing. Now, I was actually going to go down the megaphone route for landing pages and get ClickMeter and the rotator. All right. That was what I was going to do till I just happened to be playing in Leadpages because I do like it so much. And I was like giving it my last kind of, oh, baby, I've got to leave you now kind of thing. And then realized it does everything that ClickMeter and rotator does. Okay, so that's when I decided to investigate deeper. And by the next morning, I'd kind of thrown my hat in with Leadpages. All right. Now, here's the thing. I am not recommending it or not recommending it to you. I'm going to obviously leave you to make your mind up on that. But I'm just going to go through all the details so to equip you to make a decision for yourself. All right. And then I'll give you all a little bit of training on this as well. Welcome, Andrew. Good to see you here. There's somebody else waiting to come in, but it's okay. Andrew, we've recorded the little bit that we started with anyway. So, okay. So, I need to screen share, don't I? Okay, give me 2 seconds. Okay, so here we go. Initializing screen. Here we go. All right, so you should be able to see this. So let me know if you can or can't, please. Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Sue. All right. So here we go. Just a little summary of information I've put together for you on Leadpages. All right. Now, you have 3 different options with Leadpages. You can go the $37 per month route. It gives you all the Leadpages and all the other facilities in there. I'll show you what they are, except you don't have any ability to do the A/B split testing, which is what they call their rotating feature, and there's no analytics. All right. However, everything else is there, the different options and the hosting and all of that. Right. Now, at the $67 per month, you've got access to all the functions, which I'll show you in a tiny bit, including preferential support and A/B split testing and analytics. All right. Now, if you do decide to pay it per annum, as Peter did, I didn't even realize there was a per annum feature, but if you decide to pay it per annum, you get a massive discount. So instead of working out at, something like, I don't know, $800 and something, I think. I've got my calculator, but you can work that out. There's a discount and it's just $477 per annum. All right. Now, there's also an affiliate program attached to it, and you can earn 30% commissions when you refer it to someone. Okay. Now, here's where I chose to go down this route. Number one, it's all in one place. You'll all probably know, I think I'm slightly dyslexic, okay, in that I get very confused. I can stop there and think about things for, a couple of seconds kind of thing to kind of work out what it is I want to do or where I was supposed to be going. And this has it all in one place. So for me, that's a lot easier. to be honest. All right. Now, the other thing was the free version of ELPP, which is the thing that we got with ITF. Now, let me just say a little aside here. You can actually go off and you can do a search online for Easy Landing Pages Pro. Yeah, that's what it's called. Easy Landing Pages Pro. You can actually sign up for a free account there. No strings attached. That's one of Vic's little hooks. Okay. And my hat's off to him. As I was saying there, watching Vic's marketing tactics is like watching poetry. Okay. That's the man that we all need to emulate if we are looking to be as successful as he is. Or even if we're not, we'll just learn such good habits by watching Vic, that it's great fun. But, so this is it. You can go off, you can sign up for ELPP. Exactly, Sue. The whole thing, I just watch him and it's like, oh my goodness. And what I'm noticing is that some of the other leaders are now picking up on his tactics, which is perfect. So yeah, it's absolutely brilliant how they talk about, when the tide rises, all the ships rise together, and that's pretty much what's happening here. So you can go off and sign up for a free version of ELPP, but it only has 2 types of pages. So in other words, it has a number of them, so a number of options, but you only have an opt-in page and a thank you page. Okay, and you have about, I don't know how many, but maybe 10, 15 opt-in pages and 10 or 15 thank you pages. However, again, I'll show you with Leadpages how many different options it has. You also have a choice of hosting options. Now, if you choose any of the others, that's Megaphone, Kajabi, ELPP, etc., you've got to go through the whole hosting thing. For me, for a new person joining and, making that next move up to that level, where they want to be implementing some of the things that are taught in Internet Traffic Formula, having to do the hosting and all of that is like a step too far. I want something that's really user-friendly, you see. And with Leadpages, you actually have the option to host it on your WordPress site, your website, your own server, or theirs. It's as simple as that. Okay, and that's what I tend to do. I'm currently hosting all of mine on theirs simply because I wanted to implement something without taking the time to work out how to do it on WordPress and website, etc. Okay. Now, the costs add up, okay, if you're not going down this route. I looked at all of this. So Megaphone costs $43 per month. The Rotator is $180 one-off. ClickMeter is $34 per month. So even if you think, okay, the Rotator program is $180, it's a one-time payment, then it's mine, but you're still having to pay for ClickMeter and Megaphone, and that adds up to more than the $67 per month with Leadpages. So all of that was, I went through all of that process. Now, you can have a ClickMeter free account, if you're only using a few, it limits you to 1,000 clicks a month or something of that sort. But the danger there is that after 60 days, your links become inactive. Okay, so, there's all of that thing to remember. No hosting required, user-friendly. Okay, because it really, really is user-friendly. Now, please remind me to talk with you about these things as I'm going through, because I am going to be showing you exactly how, to set up pages, etc., and how to do the split testing and the rotating and the analytics and all of that. All right. But there are some things I need to show you without, if I'm, going to do a good job. Okay. So first of all is I have to show, okay, when you're integrating Leadpages with GetResponse, what it does is if you connect it up via the API route, it automatically GetResponse actually forces a double opt-in. Okay, and of course we don't want that, right? We don't want people have to, go through all of that. It's going to cut down your opt-in rate significantly. So there is a way of integrating GetResponse with Leadpages so that you block GetResponse trying to do that double opt-in thingy on you. Okay, so there's that one there. Now, the other thing is, when you're split testing your pages, okay, Victor talked about doing about 3 different variations, etc. Okay, so when he's doing that, when he explains to you about that, basically, what happens is with GetResponse, no, sorry, not with GetResponse, with Leadpages, your cookies ensure that the person, your pages are out there, everything's rotating, but if a person sees one particular page and then goes off to do something and then has the link saved and comes back to check it out again, they won't be confused by being presented with another page. Okay, they'll actually see exactly the same page that they saw the first time round. So when you are doing your checking, your testing, you won't actually see different pages. You won't see the pages rotating. However, if you look at your analytics, you realize that, it is being coded to the different pages. Okay, so that's something that's really important there, all right? Now, so also bear in mind that will skew the results slightly, because if somebody's coming back and they click on your page 10 times, even though they're seeing the same page, it could actually register against one of the other pages. But the chances of somebody doing that to the extent where it would unbalance your figures are pretty remote, really. All right. Now, the other thing I would say to you is save at every single step, test, and retest, okay? And conversions versus opt-ins. Now, what I want you to be very aware is that I'm only like about 5 days ahead of you. All right. That's all. In fact, we all started off on this. Now, I think I started using Leadpages slightly before that, maybe a week before you. All right. So I'm not by any means the categoric, end all and be all of knowing everything there is to know about Leadpages. I'm still learning. And conversions versus opt-ins is something that I have sent off a support ticket to ask more about. And as soon as I find out more, I'll come back to you. All right. In my case, what happened was I had the conversions, and I had 11 conversions and I had 11 opt-ins. Okay, but I'm seeing the possibility that maybe a conversion is just somebody going to look at the page, whereas an opt-in is somebody who actually enters their details. And I'm seeing where that could possibly be confused. And I just want to make 100% certain that what I think the analytics is saying is what it is saying. All right. I hope you'll understand that. I'm going to come back and have a look there and see any questions, any comments. To be honest, Declan, it is so simple and straightforward. I'm sorry. I know in the recording, the comments don't show. So when I end up answering questions for somebody who's then listening to the recording, they don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about Declan's comment here. Joel Therian does a really good training on integrating GetResponse with Leadpages. To be honest, it's like a 2-second thingy, really, really easy. I'll show you how to do it here. Okay, so I'm still screen sharing. Any other questions, comments? No? Okay, so I am going to log into, I should have logged into these two to begin with, shouldn't I? Okay, give me 2 seconds. Okay, so there's Leadpages, all right? I'm going to show you that integrating the two to begin with. All right, so I'm going to log in there. My email address. I'm going to put the phone down. Give me 2 seconds, please. Okay, and while I'm doing that, let me look on there too. Okay, I've logged into both. All right. So here's Leadpages. All right. Now, I'll come back and I'll explain all of this to you, each of those boxes and all of these bits down here. But first of all, let's make sure you know how to integrate Get Response with with Leadpages. Okay. So to begin with, you click on My Account. You go to Integrations. Okay. And you actually integrate Office Pilot. Okay, so you click on Office Pilot to integrate it. It brings up all of these boxes. Don't worry about filling in anything here. So you don't have to fill in application ID, API. You don't have to go off and buy Office Autopilot or anything, okay, because apparently it is quite expensive, all right? You make sure that you turn Allow Copy Paste on. All right. And once you've done that, like I say, you don't have to bother. So literally all you need to do is click on that. It's usually in the off position there. All right. So you switch it to on. Okay. And then you save. You click on the save button. All right. Done. Okay. Has been. Oh. Okay. Let me just see that. Okay, so it's telling me it's been disconnected, but it shouldn't have been. I'll go in and check it out again afterwards. All right, so now what that should do is, I'll show that to you later, okay? So that's the first thing. You set up Office Autopilot to be integrated. Now, it's saying here that it's disconnected it. I might have done something wrong, in which case I'll go back in later and change that. But now, let me go to my Get Response account. Okay, I'll go to Web Forms. First of all, obviously, let's go to Web Forms. For every campaign I do, I actually create a new list. Okay, because I want my, I create a new web form. All right, so for this one, for example, the current campaign, it's saying Pizza Boy. Let me go down to iPass 2 there. All right. So I selected iPass 2. What I want to do, now normally for the iPass 2 ones, I'm asking, well, the previous ones, I've asked for name as well. Okay, this time I don't want to ask for name. So what I've done is, so I've got name here. So I went to create a new web form. All right. So now all I do is, I go down here and I turn off the bits I don't want. So I don't want header, which says edit header there. So I've turned off header. Footer here, I've turned off footer. I don't want the name thingy, so I'm going to take out name. Okay. We respect your privacy and all of that. I'm going to take that bit out, take that bit out, and that's it. That's all I want. Okay, the email address and the sign-up box. Okay, so I'm then going to go down, save my web form. Okay, go to the next step. Now, the thank you page needs to lead to the page that you want to take them to. So in other words, when they fill in your opt-in form, what do you want to show them? What action do you want them to take at that stage? Do you want to take them to, what point in your funnel do you next want them to go to? Now, if you remember that landing page I did, right, I had the lead capture page where they enter their details. It then took them to that video where, I just explained a little bit, showed them the different results, etc., and then showed them the bar down there and said, now click on there and register for your free account. Okay, so in this case, I would go for the custom thank you page. Okay, And I would say, let's just say I want to send them to my website, okay? Or let's just say I want to send them to Google, okay? Google.com, all right? So I can use this training generically and not kind of, be seen to be misleading people. All right. So custom thank you page. This will be whichever page you want them to go to after you've got their details. Save web form. Okay. Next step. Now here, you've got to do something here. So you click on I will install my web form. You click on show HTML code. All right. Make very sure to turn this off. So include CSS styles. Turn it off. All right. And then copy all of this. Come on, page. There we go. Copy all of it. Now, I always tend to put things on my notepad. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to leave it there for me to use later in this example. All right? So that's it. I'm done with my GetResponse account now, so I'm going to log out of this. Shows my age, doesn't it? Rather than having a million windows open up, I need to be very, very tidy. Okay, so that's it. I've got that there. Office Autopilot, I think, is integrated, hopefully. So now, that's the first thing. So now I want to take you to the templates. All right, and show you all the different kinds of templates that are available. Now, this is the other reason why I chose this and not ELPP. Okay. Now, if you see here, you've got 74 templates altogether, sales pages, opt-in pages, webinar pages, thank you, upsell, launch, pre-cart, and 20 others. And these are great. And here's the thing, right? I noticed Louise is here. For people who are promoting other things, this is brilliant because there's giveaways and you can, it's like a buffet style thingy. You've got all these options here and then you can just choose what you want to, change what you want to, keep what you want to, etc. So it's great fun using these. Okay. Now, so let's go first of all to create an opt-in page. All right. So you click on opt-in page. Here we go down. Now, with the opt-in pages, it's showing you 35 results. Okay. Now, one of the things it does, you can click here to say sort by conversion rate. I don't actually bother with that, to be honest, because they're saying the best converting pages will be at the top. But the only way they know that is if people actually take part in the survey. Okay, and I'll be very honest, after the first sort of 10 times of saying, yeah, I'll take part in the survey, I got so fed up I don't bother clicking the button anymore. So I can only assume that, all the other marketers will be treating it exactly the same, which means that these results will be skewed. Okay, so trust your best judgment. Go through all of them. And the ones that I like are very, very simple. There's that one here that I've used. The other thing I will say, these videos here that say watch tutorial, these tutorials are not actually very useful. They're kind of a general thing that cover everything, you see, so not terribly useful. But, you can click it just to use that template. If you don't like it, do a backspace, come back. So I'll show you here, right? So if you say, see what I mean here? Wait, before you go any further, they want for you to enter that thingy. And I just click no thanks, I'd rather not say kind of thing, simply because it's easier. Okay, so I go here, and here's the landing page, or the opt-in page, right? Now, if I didn't want that, all I would do is go back and click on this one here. Okay, there we go. So I can go back to templates and I can choose another one. Okay, once you've actually done your page, then it's not possible to choose another template. So just, make sure you're happy with everything. Okay, so for the purposes of our training, I'm just going down to one of these pages that I've used before so I can show you this one here. Okay. No thanks, I'd rather not say. Okay, so here we go. Right, so this comes up for you and it's all set there. Okay, now the very first thing we need to do is change your opt-in form integration. Okay, so I click on there, I select integration, I go down to Office Pilot, and you know that embed code that I got here? So I'm going to do edit, select all, copy, come back here, pop it in there. All right. Use first name field. No, I'm not using first name field. And I will then click OK. All right. That's it. Done. Okay. If I had to do API integration, which is what I did first of all, I'd be asked for double opt-in. Okay. So that's it. It's done. Okay. Then you could set SEO settings. If you're using an external tracking link, I know Paulette uses one. You can pop it in here, no problem at all. Style settings, I like this. You can change the colors around completely if you like. Okay, so all the colors, and you can do it just by sort of clicking on there and choosing your color. Okay, but I don't kind of mess with any of that, to be honest. I'm pretty happy to leave it as that. You can select your fonts by going down here. Okay, I'm not going to bother with any of that, so I'm just going to say cancel. And then, literally, so this is your general parameters, okay? You can actually create an exit pop-up. I haven't as yet created one because I don't know about you, but those exit pop-ups, I have never, ever changed my mind. And just because I've seen an exit pop-up and thought, oh, actually, no, there's an exit pop-up. Actually, I'll put my details in. I've never done that. They do nothing but irritate me. Okay, so I don't use exit pop-ups. But, you may want to use that, so that's absolutely fine. And the industry, again, which I don't bother with, that's nobody's business but my own, right? Now, here comes the fun bit. Okay, you can actually, so the background, literally, you can either click on here itself and change things, like see that free report reveals, right? The ones that I prepared earlier, so let me just see. Okay, so I did that one there. Okay, so I just change it there. Okay, paste. Okay. All right, so that's, okay. I've put in a whole lot of returns there for some reason. Not 6-year-old grandma. That would be something, wouldn't it? So I'm going to put OK there. I don't know why it's giving it that kind of thing. Oh, by the way, look here, you can actually toggle these on and off. So if you don't want that there, you can take that off altogether. And as long as you press save, it'll save it, all right? So we want it to be visible. I don't know why it's doing it this way. We'll leave it for now. Something going on there, but not a problem. Okay, or I can actually click it here and change each thing as it goes along. Okay, headline. Okay, so I've done that there. So I'm going to say OK there. Then I go in and I change this if I wanted it to, simply by copy pasting or just by editing it. Okay, so you can actually delete it all and just type in. And when you're finished, click OK, and that's saved, and then that's saved. So each thing is like this, and you can actually turn it on and off as you go. Okay. Now, keep in mind Vic's training about capture mastery each step of the way. And, where it says enter a valid email address here, if you can think of something along the lines of the information will be sent to this email address or something of that sort, enter that there. Download the report. Again, are you wanting to send them a report, or do you want them to access the video? Okay, so let me cancel that, and then if I say download the report, okay, button text, okay, watch the video now, which I typed in here earlier. Get the video now. I delete that. Right? Done. Okay? It's as simple as that. Okay. Now, once you've done all of that, what if you want to change the background? You know, we were having this little conversation about changing the background. Now, a lot of times it depends on the resolution of, your computer, etc. But if you want to change the background, all you do is go here, click on Change, okay, and then select another background. And as you're selecting things, it'll actually build up a little library for you. Or you can go here to upload new image. All right, and I saved a couple here. What's that called? LCP images. I'm just going to choose any one. I don't even know what it looks like. I don't even know if the right size. In fact, it isn't the right size, because if you look at the dimensions of the one that I'm pointing to, it says 1366 by 763, whereas here it's actually telling you that it needs to be roughly this dimension. All right, but this is just for experimentation, right? So I'm going to select that, open it up. It's uploading. Can you see there? It's saying uploading. Let's see what it does. There you go. All right. So it's popped that image there. All right. And then you click OK to save it. And that's it. You're done. Now, you do need to give your pages a name. So I'm going to just say test page. Okay. And while you're doing that, it actually fills out the second bit as well. There's this here as well. So be careful about what you fill in. And as long as you haven't clicked that save button, it'll tell you you have unsaved changes. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Tells me I've been successful. And now I'm going to preview it. Okay, so there you go. That's my page there. All right. Okay, now if I wanted to continue editing, of course, I just go back there. I'd continue editing it, or I could publish it. Okay, but now before I publish it, what I'm going to do here is pretend that this is the one that I want. I could have it as a standalone page. All right, but if I want to make it into a rotator link thingy, all right, terribly technical there, I would click on that, and that's my original. All right, so I'm going to publish that. And as you see here, I want to use leadpages.net to immediately obtain a URL for this page. In other words, they are hosting it on here. I could host it on WordPress, Facebook, or my own server. Okay, so I could do that there, but I'm just going to leave it there, and I'm going to click Activate Leadpage Redirect. Okay, it'll ask me if I want to do mobile stuff, etc. To be honest, I haven't worked any of these out as yet, so I just click Save here. All right, it's connecting. That's it. I then copy that URL, and that's the one I'll advertise when I'm doing that. Okay, and now if I click on View Pages there, it'll show me my page there again. All right, so that is the first bit. I'm then going to close this down and come back and see if anybody has any questions. Anna Marie, this is the thing, you see, I could have chosen Get Response, right? And in fact, I actually did choose the Get Response one to begin with, but it's very flaky in that it'll appear sometimes and allow you to put your integration code in there, and other times, for just no rhyme or reason, it won't appear. Okay, and I got so fed up about it, I went searching on Google for the answer. And good old Josh Shanley, he'd actually made a video. And I'll tell you what, Google is a girl's best friend, honestly, you know. But so this is the thing there, and he explained about this office whatever it's called, office assistant. Hold on, I've just dropped my thingy here. Right, okay, got it. All right, so that's why I use it. I did used to use Get Response, but then every now and again you go to create a page and there's no code box in there. So that's that there, yeah? I know what you mean. Okay, so right, so let's go back there. There you go, Declan. All right. All right, so now let's do the variations, okay? So this is the next step here. So all I do is I add a new variation. Okay, it's telling me I haven't saved it. It'll be automatically saved. Do I wish to proceed? Yes. So it actually protects you every step of the way. All right. So it's now going to offer me, oops, something bad happened. That's so funny. Okay. Did I close that down? Okay. Let me go back and open it up again. Leadpages.net. Something bad happened. So funny. Okay, so let me just take you to the top here and show you, because if it's saved it the first time round, I should find it in there, because this is where all my different lead pages are. Okay, and there it is. Okay, so I'm going to edit it. Okay, right. All right, so I'm going to save it again, just in case it kicks me out again. Okay, so now I'm going to A/B test, and I'm going to add a new variation. Okay, now when you click on add a new variation, it actually gives you all these different options. So do you want to base it on the original, or do you want to use a completely different template, or do you want to use a page instead? Okay, now one thing I will tell you, one thing I will recommend and advise regarding split testing: keep your split testing graduated. So in other words, don't kind of split test wildly different things against each other, because you won't get a true picture then. The best way is to start off gradually. So, for example, in this particular one, I tested out 3 pages that looked very similar. The background was almost identical in all cases. The only difference was 2 of them had exactly the same wording, but one, though the background was exactly the same, it had like a motivational quote along the bottom of it. I'd added that on. And the other one, the backgrounds were exactly the same, but the wording was slightly different. Okay, so I would say use small variations and then build it up so that you're not matching apples to oranges. Okay, and then you get a true reflection of what's going. So I just base mine on my original. So far, I mean, you can do whatever you want to be honest. Okay, and let's say I want to change that. Okay, so I then went for a lead page that I saw Chris Jones using. Okay, so I'll pop in that. I'll just change that. Okay, there we go. That's much better. I had returns in there. Okay, and then I'll go in and I'll change all of this, etc. Now, let me go to the opt-in integration form. And you see, because I'm using a variation of the original one, it's using exactly the same opt-in form. Okay, which is fine by me, because I don't need to go to my get response account to check what my analytics are. I can actually check the analytics here. All right, so I make all the changes that I want. Okay, so I go down and maybe I can just change that button there and, make it more outstanding kind of thing, and button text, and I can say, what did I say there? Get instant access, Chris Jones said. Okay. And, I'll just make any of the changes I want to. Right. I might even want to change the background on this one and see, Um, so let me go and upload a new image. I'll just blindly choose one. And that, open. It's uploading. Ooh, okay. Right. So there we go. So I go in and I say, okay. And that's it. I'm done. Now I can save that. Okay. And now if you look here, I've got two. I've got original and I've got variation 1. Okay, and I can rename these to be something more meaningful that I recognize at a glance, kind of thing. And you can add as many variations as you want, explained just the way I did it here. Okay, so what it does is when you've saved all of this and you've published it, okay, there you go. That page, that link that it gives you there is the link that is your rotator link. Okay, so it's as simple as that. So I'm going to do that and then click Save. All right. And then let me take you to, close that down, because otherwise it just seems to loop around and around on itself. Okay, so that's all done. Now I'm going to go back to this here. Okay, and if I go to my lead pages, you can see here that in test page, right, if I edit it, it'll go back there and it'll show me that I have 2 variations there. Okay, so I'm going back there again. And here's the other one that I did. Now, admittedly to this one, as you can see, I've only sent 26 bits of traffic to it, kind of thing, clicks on the page. And this was Facebook advertising I did. I spent less than $20 on this, to be honest. And here's your analytics, and this is how they show up. Okay. This is analytics. It's just showing it from today or something of that sort. But this is the bit that I pay attention to. Okay. So you see here, 10 visitors. There were a total of 26 visitors, out of which 5 out of 10 clicked on the first one, 5 out of 10 on the next one, and only 2 clicked on the other one. Okay, so, obviously these figures aren't conclusive. As Vic says, you should drive at least 1,000 clicks to a particular set of pages before, the analytics are going to show you anything respectable. But also, see here, you can actually change how you want it to happen. So the more you change it here, the others are also changing, in relation to that. So it's all calculated for you. I like leaving it at 33% so that, it tests it equally across the board. All right. That's the best way to do it, to be honest. All right. Now, there was one more thing I needed to say to you there. Just give me one quick second to look at my notes here. Oh, yes, here we go. The nice thing about Leadpages as well, it's so funny, it actually chooses a winner for you. So you don't even have to bother about anything, but if you're sending sufficient traffic to it, there'll come a stage where it'll, pop up a little thing for you and it'll say, oh, by the way, this page is doing much, much better. What do you want to do with the other pages? Right. And you can do as little, if you, basically, you can then say, okay, I don't want, this page is not doing well, so I don't want any traffic to go to it. You just turn it all off. Okay. So without upsetting the balance of anything and without any kind of major decision, it's done it this way. And you can see it's automatically now divided the traffic 50-50 among the others. Okay, and then you can see how those 2 do, and then you can do the sliders and select which one you want or don't want. Okay, it is as simple as that. Now, right. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you actually, because it is that simple. But let me just take you here, and I've got a couple of other things, adding images where possible. Okay, so let me take you to another page and show you. Um, okay, let me see. What was that page? Did I have any things there? Yeah, okay. So there's some pages. Remember that first page I chose, the first template I chose? Well, I sent out a recording, iPass to, was it iPass to? Yes, it was. iPass to free. Okay. But that template had a logo on here, so I just created my own little logo and uploaded that simply by clicking on logo, and it just says, what do you want to, do you want to upload a new picture? You can link it to, so you can make it clickable, all sorts of things. Okay. And again, I did that. I added all these bits on here, and I made it a very simple page. I could have gone the option of having different fields down there, etc., because there were, but I basically turned it all off. Okay, so made it. So this is how flexible it is. Okay, you can really play around with it quite a lot, and come up with something that you like. Okay, so I'm now going to turn this all off. Come back to you there. Okay, now I'm going to stop screen sharing for a moment because I also want to say to all of you, that you do not have to use it. Okay, I don't want anybody here to think or to feel overwhelmed or think, oh my gosh, I don't want to be doing all of this. I just want to mark it, all the rest of it. And here's the good news. Okay, Chris Jones was saying this to us when we had that meeting with him. And basically, I think somebody else said it too. I can't remember who did. But here's the thing, right? When iPass comes out, when iPass 2 finally launches, and that's by the first, hopefully, they're fairly happy with the first. But I've been in launches before, and I know how these things work. So I'm kind of ever so excited about it, but if they suddenly say, oh, it's going to take another week, I'll grumble like mad, but, I'll accept it. Okay, now, here's the thing. What he was saying is that there are going to be a variety of pages. They're going to constantly update their pages. Black members are going to be able to customize their pages, their own videos, images, that kind of thing. All right. So because the initial onslaught, if you like, with, all the initial marketing with iPass 2 will be completely fresh. Nobody would have seen those landing pages, etc. There's absolutely nothing to stop all of us from simply using those pages. Okay. And in fact, if you're not really confident of what you're doing, I would suggest you actually stand a better chance by just using the standard pages. Okay, and then, as you learn and experience more, then you can start dabbling with your own pages and split testing and all of that. All right, but the reason why I brought this training forward like this is, number one, I know a number of y'all are using Leadpages, so I wanted to make sure, I explained some of the outstanding points. But also, most importantly, when I discovered, Declan will tell you, the night before, we were talking one night and I was saying, Declan, no, I'm not going to use Leadpages. I'm going for Megaphone and, Click Meter and the rotator and all of that. And then after we finished speaking was when I went to say bye-bye to my Leadpages pages, and when I realized that it does so much more. And because of that, I've actually saved myself a whole lot of money and a whole lot of hassle, I think, really. So, that's why I thought I'd share this with you all, and then you'll make your minds up from here, okay, with what you're doing. All right, so that's that there. Any questions, anybody, that I haven't covered or that you'll, just any questions at all. I'm very happy to go back in and just show you how little bits and pieces work. And what do you think? Do you think that this is a nice alternative to, all the other bits? Or do you think hey, Carmel, hello there. Yeah, they do, Sue. They do say that about sorting the templates by the highest conversion rates. My thingy is, my issue with that is, if everybody else is like me, right, and doesn't sort of take the time to actually say which market they belong to, etc., those statistics might be skewed. And therefore, I don't know how much to rely on them. Okay, which is why I just, you know, kind of choose the ones that suit my requirement at that time. Exactly, Louise, because, I kind of tend to forget where I am and what's meant to be where and all of that. So, absolutely. Let me just see. Um, mm, 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 mm. It is, Anna Marie. It's so easy, so easy. Paulette, yes, you can, host it to your own server if you want to. So that's Paulette. I was just thinking, for what you're doing, for membership sites, etc., you may want to take a look at Kajabi. That's one of the ones that Vic teaches as well, and that actually helps you build your own membership sites. So, that might be ideal for you. I just experimented with a lot of landing pages and things, Declan, but I'll show them to you. Uh, exactly, Sue. I know it is. I think it's a nice thing, for them to think. But like I say, you don't know who's clicking on what and how skewed the results are, and all of that kind of thing. And some of the pages don't really. There was one page there that they said was the top page, but I don't know. I just didn't feel right about it. So, you know what we're like, what we needed to look pretty for us kind of thing. But what looking at it, and then if you think you feel happy with that, then that's fine. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Perfectly, Paulette. There. That's perfect. Yep, absolutely. Okay. Can you show us some of the things? Okay. I haven't got that many, to be honest, Declan. Let me go back here. Like I say, I've only had this page I've only had Leadpages for a very little while. But, yeah, you see here? Oh, you can actually add labels as well. So, webinar recording, first page, opt-in page, so you know what you're doing there. But you can see I have been kind of driving traffic, and I have been getting a steady kind of supply of traffic coming in, which is really nice, Um, yeah. But my problem is I get so carried away doing all of that, and then I kind of think, which page is that? And what's that? And, so it's all great fun. But, yeah, so, but I have been working hard, and I have been kind of marketing regularly, or trying to at any rate. And I have been getting a steady trickle of traffic coming in. But yeah, it is nice to see. Now, for example, those two pages, right? Those are the A/B split. Those are the rotating landing pages or opt-in pages, which then lead to this page. So let me show you this page. Okay, so those three that I set up there go to this
Marion,
one.
screen.
Oh, what? I always do that, don't I? Okay, let me share screen. Sorry about that. There we go. Sorry. I know. I'm so glad you said that. Okay, so let me turn that off first. So yeah, I was showing you this bit here, the fact that you can see they're quite, I've only been doing this, for about a month, because I just paid my second bill. I saw that going out today. So I've had this for a month now. Okay. And in the month you can see, there's been a steady little trickle of stuff coming in. I haven't done any paid ad. Oh, the only paid advertising I did was this Facebook advertising here, which was, like I say, under $20. So I was very, very pleased with that. Mike did a nice little training on the Facebook thing recently. I don't know if he managed to grab his the recording, but it was really, really good. Very simple, very straightforward, and easy to use. So that's that there. Yeah. So what I was saying is, the other thing you can do, you can add a label. So if I click on the label, I can choose a color and just, tell myself what it is. But I don't find that too helpful because it's quite limited. So what I tend to do is that A/B split test there is linked to that landing page there. Okay. So I had the three variations there, and they all went to this page. Yeah. So it went to this page, and see, this page was a little bit more in depth, It explains everything here, and then I didn't go, they're recommending the big long page, the Genesis page, where it gives all the details of the prices and all of that. Now that's a little bit too much to show up front kind of thing. I would rather capture the details and then send them there. And I think that's what that page pretty much does. So this is the thing. Okay, so too much information. So you see, they're pretty much standard there. So if you see here, people looked at that 26 times, out of which 20 actually landed up here. Oh, I don't know. Oh, sorry, I had to pick a date, don't I? Over the last 30 days, let's go. So there you go. So you see there's 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So that's the thing there. All right. So yeah, it's ever so simple and ever so straightforward once you actually start playing with it. Okay. Adrian, the link, yeah, there we go. Yeah. You've got to opt in for it, and then he'll send you that. That was up for 48 hours. So I don't know whether he'll probably make it available again. But this is the thing. It was very good, very straightforward. And what's really interesting is that Mike is so lovely, bless his heart, absolutely says, I've never done tracking before. I don't track. I've got to learn all of that. So, it's really good that he's so thing. And like I say, he's learning as well, which is absolutely brilliant. Okay, I'm going to stop screen sharing. Okay. Okay, done. All right, it doesn't want to stop screen sharing. How do you like that? Okay, excellent. Now, that's it, everybody. Any more questions or anything else at all that you would like me to share? Oh, it's chosen a perfect time to stop clicking for me. Go there. Yeah. Okay, excellent. Don't forget ITF training tonight, Thursday night. It's 8 o'clock EST, isn't it? So that's on there. And yep, we're all done. 11 o'clock on the dot, Paulette. So rather than using a tracking link for your advertising. No. Well, Paulette, before all of this tracking training started, that was what I was doing. However, when I'm doing that A/B split testing thing, that when you do that, you can have as many pages as you like, that you're split testing, as many variations, and it bunches it under that one thing for you, and it gives you one code. Okay, one URL rather. And when you advertise with that URL, it gets rotated through all the different variations of the pages you're using, and you get the stats from that accordingly. Okay. So that's how that's working. So you can use individual pages for individual adverts if you want to, but if you want to do a split test, then you use the the A/B split test is equal to rotator, in other words. Okay, so with the rotator thing, you had to create all the different pages that you wanted to split test. Then you had to take each URL, feed it into the rotator, and then the rotator would give you one URL. And then you had to track your clicks with ClickMeter, whereas this just does it all in one place, which is so wonderful. Yeah, this is the thing. It is actually. And I think because Vic was doing his in one way, and I suddenly discovered this was so much simpler as far as my head is concerned, I kind of wondered for a little while if I was doing something wrong or something of that sort. But it's not the case. It's just, he clearly says, bless his heart, this is what I do. You'll do whatever you want to do. Simple as that. Okay, everyone. So that's that there. Easter weekend, have a wonderful, wonderful family time. The one thing I will say is the accountability challenge. I'm not seeing many people being accountable this week. Okay, so before you'll go, can I please ask if you'll have done the challenge? And it was only a very short thing, but your websites and your blogs and everything else that I put in there as well. So if you'll have done that, please pop that in there. Make sure that that's all up to date. Okay. Otherwise, no point of us doing a challenge if we're not being challenged. Okay. Yes. Have a wonderful Easter, everybody. Me too, Paulette. I absolutely love it. I'll be honest. Have a wonderful, wonderful Easter, and have a great family time. And I shall see you all soon. Take care. Talk to you soon then. Bye bye.